What's going on, ballers? Welcome back. Today, the crypto market looking great. If we take a look, we got HTX up 25%. We got Brett up 16%. We got Shiba up 3%. WIF up 8%. However, we got the Fear and Greed Index at a 46, so retail still feeling fearful. It's always the wrong people not taking advantage, Bitcoin at 59,171. So Bitcoin, 94% of Bitcoin has already been issued. We're going to have a lot of people on the bottom that are going to be, trying to fight over the last 6%, but it is what it is. If they're not taking advantage, we can't force them. Institutions are taking advantage. They're buying everything up. So we know what that's going to do to the price. It's just going to continue to rise, supply and demand. A second MicroStrategy ETF launching tomorrow with 1.5x leverage. The current ETF with 1.75x long traded a record $50 million. So a lot of activity going on. Ethereum down 1%. It's at $2,580. Those Ethereum fees are really low. People are buying it up. I've had Ethereum for about 4 years. On the exchanges, there's less than 10% of supply. So, it's not going to be much time before it all gets bought up. And these people probably won't have any intention of selling it once it all goes. Solana at $143 right now. So also at a good price. We've seen that the price has been flat for a while, pretty much with all the major cryptos, but it will rise, so just be patient. U.S. regulators to classify crypto as money by September of 2025. The good, the bad, and the ugly. So it is good to get some type of adoption. Thing is that there's going to be a lot of, we can say a lot of things will get centralized. There's going to be a lot of different rules. It is what it is, but a lot of other countries will give you more freedoms and stuff when it comes to crypto. America has to have some type of adoption, right? Donald Trump, he floats, making Elon Musk a cabinet member. Elon Musk is donating $45 million a month to the Donald Trump campaign, so it only makes sense having him in the cabinet position. There's going to be, some tax incentives for electric vehicles. We know that Elon Musk is crypto friendly. He promoted Dogecoin in the past. There's even rumors of him possibly integrating crypto on his X platform. So we can take a look at that, in the near future. Analysts, institutional ownership of Bitcoin ETFs reached 24% last quarter, and that's going to be a continuing trend. Thing is that the United States they're gonna end up owning a lot of the Bitcoin supply, and eventually they'll have to adopt it. Even in the short term, if they want to fight it off, if they want to be relevant in the financial future, they'll have to do it. If not, they'll get left behind. But thing is that it's really sad that the small people at the bottom and people in the middle don't want to adopt this technology because it's only going to hurt them. This was a currency that was decentralized and made for everybody globally. So, to have the same people who are already rich and powerful buy it all up really just defeats the purpose, because it was meant for people to empower themselves and decentralize themselves from governments and central banks. China's Supreme Court recognizes crypto in landmark AML law update. So as people have already been mining crypto in China, and now they're adopting it, and China's over 1 billion people in population, it's going to skyrocket in price. We don't know how much, but definitely going to be bullish. China is very advanced when it comes to currency. They use a lot of digital transactions. So just remember and keep that in mind. A lot of digital transactions take place in China. Norway's sovereign wealth fund boosts Bitcoin holdings by 62% in only 6 months. And they're not the only country doing this, so don't even think that. However, that's a lot in only 6 months. So good for them. Few reasons, that Bitcoin is going to be bullish. The miners, The supply ratio is leaning bullish because the selling pressure, it's flatline, and they're not making much money. They're going to probably be holding on to more of the Bitcoin. They're going to be getting offers from institutions which are going to be offering top dollar. They have unlimited money to pay for Bitcoin because they're not looking at the dollar amount of Bitcoin. They're looking at the actual value of Bitcoin. They know it's a finite asset. Also, stablecoin supply is being bullish. There's so much liquidity entering the market. Plus, take into account as we enter an election in the US, a lot of more liquidity will be entering the market. There's always extra money coming in. And we've really been holding a stable level around the $60,000 mark. And I can just show you the chart. We zoom out to the year. We've been holding since like the end of February, around 62,000, 62,000, 63. So yeah, the price really hasn't had a huge dip as it did in previous cycles. So a lot of these reasons are why we are in a very bullish trend, and as long as you hold it, you're going to be doing just fine. And the world is going to be using a lot more digital currencies for transactions, and that's the reason why there's going to be a lot more of this, and there's so little supply. With the higher demand, when we see governments, institutions, what you're going to see is you're going to see middle class people and lower income people rush into the market. Once all of this news becomes mainstream, as the media doesn't talk too much about it right now, it's going to become very, very prevalent in the near future that Bitcoin is something that people worldwide are going to need to hedge against inflation and, make themselves a little more wealthier long term. If you have a decent amount, if you don't have much, then it's not going to do much for you except hedge you against inflation. But this is exactly what the people at the top know. And unfortunately, the thing is that it was created for everyone to own it and transact so that we would be able to not have to depend on the people making us poor, and people are not taking advantage of it. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. We can't force people to purchase it. They're responsible for their own actions. So with that being said, please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.